Hi dears, welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing class 8, 7th lesson, that is reaching the age of adolescence. It is a continuation of the 6th lesson, that is reproduction in animals. We have discussed very deeply about the reproduction in animals in the 6th chapter. Then I have asked you 3 questions. The first question was, initial development of fertilized egg occurs in dash. The initial development of the fertilized egg occurs in fallopian tubes or in oviduct. Second question, external reproduction by budding occurs in dash. External reproduction by budding is occurred in hydra. Third one, the part which produce female gamete is. The part of the body which produce female gamete is what, ma? It is ovary. Now we are moving to see the lesson reaching the age of adolescence. As you are in the adolescent age or in teenage, it is very essential for you to understand this lesson. Okay? What is adolescence and what is puberty? In this lesson, the main points which we are discussing is what is adolescence and puberty, changes which is occurring during the puberty, secondary sexual characters, and the role of hormones in initiating reproductive, sex determination, how the sex is determined for a baby, and what is the role of hormone in insects, and reproductive health. All these we are discussing in this lesson. Okay, shall we go to the class? What is this adolescence? Adolescence means it's a period during which changes are occurring in the body. For what? For attaining the reproductive maturity. Okay, when you were up to 10 or 11 years, you were child, but now you are changing. The stage is changing. What is that? Changes can be seen in the body. Okay, and hormonal changes also will be present. For what purpose, Kanna? For attaining reproductive maturity. That is, when the adolescence period is over, you will be reproductively mature. Okay, this is what, ma? This is adolescence. From which period it will be, or from which time to which time it will start? For girls, it will start from 10 or 11 years up to 18 years, and for boys, it will be from 12 or 13 years to 18 years. Okay, and this is what, ma? This is called teenage. 13 to 19 is called what, ma? This is the teenage. Within this time, you will be able, or when you reach the 19 or 18, you will be reproductively matured. You will be no more a child. Then after this 18 or 19 years, you will be a man or a woman completely. And this stage is called what, ma? This is adolescent stage. Okay. What is this puberty? It is the time of life in which the girl or boy become reproductively matured. Reproductive maturity, the reproductively matured will be occurring only when puberty is coming. In the adolescent stage, puberty is a certain stage. By the time or when puberty is attained only, the girl or a boy will be reproductively mature. Okay, adolescence includes this reproductive maturity. Along with that, some sexual characters, secondary sexual characters will be appeared. There will be change in the body. All this will be caused or will be formed during this adolescence. Okay, for girls, this puberty will be much more faster than in boys. Within 11 to 14 years, girls will attain this puberty, and the boys from 14 years to 16 or 17 years it will be taken. Okay, when boy or a girl reached 18 years, they will be reproductively mature. Okay, is it clear? This is adolescence and puberty. What are the changes which is happening? We have to discuss all this. What are the changes which is happening? The changes is increase in height. First one, the height will be much more increased. Normally in a child, the height will be increased, but to a normal extent. But when you are reaching the stage of adolescence, the height will be much more visible. Visibly it can be seen. Okay, ma? Girls, here also girls will be having faster increase in height. From 11 to 14 or 15 years, they will attain the height. Then only the boys' height will be increased. Up to 18 years, boys also. When they reaches 18 years, boys and girls will reach the maximum height. And this height depends on the family members also. Okay, the family members are having less height, the child or girl or a boy will be having the height almost same to that of the family members. Okay, we can't say he reached that height, so I should also reach this much height. That's nothing like that. Genetically, it is also depending. Okay, ma'am. Second in change in body shape. Body shapes also will be having change. For example, for the boys, their shoulders will be much more wider. For the girls, there will be fat cells depositing below the waist. The waist part, below the waist part, the size will be much more increased. And also the breast part also will be increased for girls. And in the boys, shoulders will be widening. Okay. Third one is voice change. Voice change can be seen visibly for boys than in girls. Hoarse voice. The voice will be bass voice for the boys, it will come. And for the girls, it will be high-pitched voice. That's why in singing also, girls part, they will sing in high-pitched voice. And the boys part, they will sing. Male voice will be bass voice. You can see it in film songs and all, you can notice it. The boys' voice will be bass voice, while the girl's voice will be high-pitched voice. Okay. Protruding part can be seen for the boys. We are saying it as Adam's apple. Something because the muscles will not be in the control and it will be protruding out, and you can see for the boys, and we are saying it as Adam's apple. Okay. After the period of this adolescence, this will be normalized. Okay. Then the fourth one is sweat and sebaceous gland secretion. Sweat glands will be secreted more. Sweat smell will be coming, isn't it? For child, the sweat glands will not be produced more. That's why we can't feel that sweat smell. But for when you are reaching the adolescence, this sweat gland, then the oil glands will be produced more. That's why pimples can be seen. For boys as well as girls, right? Pimples can be seen. So, what we have to do? We have to take care about our body. We have to bath regularly, isn't it? Otherwise, your friends will not sit near you, isn't it? Yes. So this is also a change. Development of the sex organs is the fifth change, important change. Sex organs also develops faster. For the males, testes and penis will be developed more, and the testes start producing what? Sperms. Sperms will be start generating. For the girls, the breast part will be more bulky and it can be seen, isn't it? It can be much more projected more, and mammary glands will be secreted. Reaching intellectual and mental maturity is the important thing. Not only the body parts, intellectually and mentally they will be having much more changes. To say this period is the best period for studies. When your brain will be can be utilized maximum during this period, isn't it? You will go for the 10th, 12th and your engineering or doctor, whatever the important exams are, you will be crossed during this adolescent stage. So what you have to do? It is the very best time for the brain. You have to learn more, not concentrate only in studies more. Okay. Not only that, mental maturity will be attained. By the time you may feel that mental insecurity, you may feel some kind of insecurity feeling. Don't feel that you are insecure. Everyone is the parents, your relatives. Not only that, your teachers also will be there for any help. We will say it is the swinging stage. Your mood will be in swinging stage. That is, sometimes you will be in a happy mood. Within 5 minutes, you will be become the saddest mood. You may think unnecessarily thinkings has to be avoided and has to move, because in this stage only, because of the secretions of hormones and all, this intellectual and mentally you will be a little more distracted. Okay, these are the changes which is happening during this adolescence or during this puberty. Okay. Then we have to go through the secondary sexual characters. As I told you, secondary sexual characters are the characters which can be seen visibly. Okay. for the boys. Facial hairs can be seen, isn't it? To say mustache, beard will start growing. And for girls, this growth will be there for the breast. That is, by the time the breast will be growing more. And to say for boys and girls, underarms hairs will be grown. In pubic region, hairs will be grown. All these are the secondary sexual characters which are present, which can be seen during this puberty time. Okay, now we are moving for the role of hormone, how the hormones are doing all these functions. Now we have discussed about the secondary sexual characters. How the secondary sexual characters are appeared in boys and girls? Because of the working of hormones. Here we have to see the role of hormones for the secondary sexual characters. Okay, ma? What are hormones? Hormones are the chemical substances which are secreted by endocrine gland. Endocrine gland is the ductless gland, and it secretes some kind of hormones directly into the bloodstream, into the target area. What is the target area? In the case of boys, it is testis. There in testis, when these hormones they are secreting to this testis, the testis will produce what, ma? Testosterone. This testosterone is the hormone which results in the formation of the facial hair, such as mustache, beard. All these are formed because of the testosterone. Who is secreting it? Testis is secreting it. Who is controlling it? Endocrine gland is controlling. Did you get, ma? This results in the secondary sexual characters for the boys. In the case of girls, what in the case of girls, ma? In the case of girls, as I told you, the breast will be developed and the mammary gland inside the breast also will be developed. Okay. Who is secreting it? Ovaries. Ovaries secretes estrogen. Because of the presence of the estrogen, this mammary gland inside the breast is developed. And who is controlling it, Kana? It is controlled by the endocrine gland. Actually, this endocrine gland is the one which plays an important role. Okay, ma? Okay, reproductive phase. Now we are going to see the reproductive phase in males and females. How can we see that? The reproductive maturity is attained for the boys and girls. When the testis starts secreting sperms, we can say the boy is attaining its maturity, reproductive maturity. In the case of girls, there is a cycle. Which cycle? Menstruation cycle will be coming. When it is coming, we can say the girl is reproductively mature. What is this menstruation cycle? We should go through. As I told you, and you know very well that female sex organ contains ovaries. Ovaries will produce what, ma? Will produce ovum or egg. Once in a month or once in 28 days, the egg will be produced. And the egg will be coming out. While it is coming, the uterus, the wall of uterus, you know very well that in the uterus, what is that? The development of the baby is occurring in uterus. So what happens is the uterus wall will be a little thickened for that when the egg is fertilized, the fertilized egg will come and the child will be developed. For that, initially the uterus is getting ready for that. Okay, so the wall of the uterus is a little more thickened for the receiving of the fertilized egg. But normal cases, the fertilization will not occur. So what happens? The egg, unfertilized egg, as well as the thickened wall of uterus and some blood vessels will be emitted out after a period of time. While it is emitting out, the blood also will be coming out. This is called what, ma'am? This is called menstruation. This will be occurring for girls. When it is occurred, it start occurring, we are saying it as the first time when it is occurring, we are saying it as menarche. When menarche is reached, the puberty is attained for the girls. Okay, it will be between 11 to 14 years. It will be attained. Okay, then when menarche is attained, then every 28 days in a month, this menstruation flow will be there. But it can be it is controlled, as I told you, it is fully controlled by the hormones. Some changes in the days may be occurred. It is not a big issue. Later on it will be in proper time. This menstruation cycle will be occurred for the girls, and the first one is called, first time of puberty is called menarche, and it will go on continuing till 45 to 50 years. And then by this time this menstruation cycle will be stopped. It is called what, ma? Menopause. That's why the grandparents will not be able to bear a child, because the lady will be weak, and so they will not be able to make, or they will not be able to take the development of the child will not be occur. So within 45 to 50 years of age, this menstruation cycle will be stopped, and we are saying it as menopause. Okay, who is controlling all these? Hormones. Hormones from the endocrine gland. Okay. We are saying as pituitary gland is the master gland. This is also seen very close to the endocrine gland, and it is controlling this hormonal secretions. Now we have to go through to see how the sex of a baby is determined. Okay, how the sex of a baby is determined. All goes through what, ma? Chromosomes. What is chromosomes? You have learned. Chromosomes is the one which is present inside the nucleus. Every human is having 23 pair of chromosomes, in which 22 pairs are the normal one, and the one pair is what? Sex determining chromosomes. One pair is what, ma? Sex determining chromosomes. This sex determining chromosomes can be of two types. One is XX chromosome, and the other is XY chromosome. XX will be seen for female, and XY is the one which is seen for what? For the males. Okay, if XX chromosome is there, we can say the child is a female, and XY chromosome is there, we can say the child is a male. So how can it be occurred? How can it be determined? Actually, the gametes. What are gametes? Gametes are the cells. Sex cells are called gametes, isn't it? There are two gametes. For the female, egg is a gamete, and for male, sperm is the gamete. Okay, this egg, unfertilized egg, which is releasing out from the ovaries, will be always having X chromosome. Will be always having what, ma? X chromosome. But the sperms which are coming from male can be of two types, either X chromosome or Y chromosome. How is zygote formed? By the fusion of the unfertilized egg with a sperm, isn't it? By the time only zygote is formed. Okay, the egg which is having one X chromosome is fuses with the sperm. If the sperm is having X chromosome, what will be the baby? XX. So what will be it? It will be a female. Okay. When unfertilized egg having X chromosome is fuses with the sperm which is having Y chromosome, what will be that? The child will be what, ma? It will be a boy. Boy is having Y at the end, and XY will be having Y at the end. So it will be very easy for you. XY, boy. So XX will be what, ma? Girl. So who is determining the character? Who is determining the sex of the child? It is the sperm of the father, isn't it? Hi dears. Now we are going to see the hormones other than sex hormones. Who is controlling the hormones? Regulations are controlled by endocrine gland. Okay, endocrine gland will stimulate the target site for the secretion of such hormones for the proper functioning of the body. We have seen about the testes and ovaries secreting its hormones for what was sex character, secondary sex character development and all. Here we are going to see some other hormones which are secreted by certain other parts of the body. Okay, ma'am. Thyroxine is the hormone which is secreted by the thyroid gland. Okay. For what purpose, Kanna? For the metabolism and for the heart and muscle functioning, and also helps for the brain development and all. This thyroxine is helpful. Okay. This thyroxine, when it is deficient, goiter is the disease which is caused. Okay, ma'am. Then we can say insulin. Insulin is secreted by pancreas. Okay, for what purpose? For controlling the blood sugar. Blood sugar level, when it is decreased, the insulin will be produced more, will be reduced, and if the blood sugar is much more, insulin will be produced more for controlling the blood sugar. Okay, dears. Now about the adrenaline. Adrenaline is the hormone which is secreted by what, ma'am? Adrenal gland. For what purpose? For the regulation of the salt content in the blood, and not only that, it helps for during when we are getting anger and when we are getting stressed, it has to be controlled. Adrenaline is the one which helps to control our emotions. Okay, it is secreted by adrenal gland. All are under the control of what, ma'am? Endocrine gland. Okay, then we are saying the master gland. What is that? Pituitary. Pituitary gland is the one which produce what, ma'am? Which produce growth hormones for the proper growth of the human being. When the growth hormone is more, it results in gigantism, and if the growth hormone is less, it results in dwarfism. Okay, these are the other hormones produced. Okay, ma'am. Now, is the hormone functioning in small insects and frogs and all? Yes, it is functioning for these insects and frogs also. During metamorphosis, okay, there is sudden drastic changes in the we have seen, no? What is metamorphosis? It is the drastic changes which is occurring when the egg is changing to the final stage, isn't it? For example, for frog, egg, larva, then tadpole it will be, then it will be result in the froglet, then frog. It will be the life cycle. In that and all, the hormones also play a drastic role. For example, in the frog, if tadpole is more in wherever the tadpole will be seen, it will be seen in water, and it has to be changed to frog. For that, thyroxine hormone is essential. When iodine is more in water, thyroxine will be produced more. So what will be happening then? Only the tadpole will be able to convert into frog. If the tadpole is living in the water where iodine amount is very less or negligibly small, this tadpole will not become a frog. So these hormones also plays an important role in this metamorphosis cycle also. Then we are moving for the reproductive health. Up to this extent, we understood what are the what is puberty, adolescence, secondary sexual characters and all, and the role of hormones also. Now we should know how it has to be maintained and what all things we have to do for the proper growth, isn't it? Reproductive health. Actually, physical and mental health is essential for a person, individual, to become to grow up, isn't it? For physical health, what all things are needed? Balanced diet is the first one which is needed. As you are in adolescent stage, you need iron content food more. For example, we can have jaggery. You can add on jaggery, or to say amla. Amla means gooseberries, and then leafy vegetables can be added more. And moreover, you can add meat, fish. All these can be included in your diet so that your iron content will be more, so that you will grow to the maximum, or you will grow in the sufficient quantity. Okay, balanced diet is essential. Milk is a balanced food, so milk has to be added in your diet. During night time, you have to have milk every day. Then what? Then the balanced diet we have said. Then I'm saying about the personal hygiene. We have to be personally hygiene. Bath twice a day, at least once a day. Okay? You should not add perfumes and say, perfume is okay. No one will understand my sweat, or the smell will not be coming out. You should not have a feeling. Bath every day, at least once. Okay, ma? Then what? So that this sweat glands and sebaceous gland secretions can be controlled to a large extent. Okay. Then what? You have to give personal care, or special care has to be given for the girls during their menstrual cycle. Menstrual flow will be there. By the time you have to give special care, and the pads has to be changed 4 or 5 hours once and all. Okay. If there is any problem, any feeling you are having, you have to share with your parents and your guardians. Okay, dears. You should not feel insecurity, how I have to say, how I can say, what will they think of me, like that. You should not have any kind of feelings. Okay, for boys also, if there is having any problem, as I told you, your mood will swing in this time. You should not be able to take a proper action. What has to be taken, what decision has to be taken, you will not be able to have a control. So that you have to have a guidance of your parents or guardians. Okay dears. Then not only that, you should go for the physical exercise like walking, swimming, or what to say, your yoga and all. You can do these kinds of exercise for making your physical and mental health. This stage you may having a feeling, I am not a child, I am growing to be adult. So what all the adults are doing, I should do like that. A feeling will be coming, especially for boys. So that there is a tendency for being addicted to the drugs, to say cigarette, smoking, or to say this drinking alcohol, or some taking drugs and all. You should not go for that. Say no to the drugs, isn't it? You have to say, because you should be a good individual for your country, isn't it? So you should say no to the drugs. And if there is any mental tension for you, every time go to the help for your parents or guardians. They will guide you, because it is the adolescent stage. Yeah, the drugs is not an immediate remedy for your mental problems. Okay dears. And not only that, your concentration should not go for this boys should will have a feeling that the girls should look at me. The girls also having a feeling that the boys should look at me. Nothing should be there, as this adolescent stage is the one where the brain will be developed more. Concentrate in your studies and not in any other activities. Then only this mental mood will be changed. Nothing should be there. Only concentrate in your studies. Okay, dears. And they have mentioned about the AIDS. It's a very serious disease and it should not come for you. You have to be careful. Okay, dears. I think I have finished this chapter and it's the time for the questions. It's question time. Are you ready, dears? Dears, this is the question time. Be ready to answer these questions. Dash is the hormone which helps the body to adjust and fight against stress. Dash is the hormone helps to adjust when the stress is coming to you. Okay. Second one, development of the caterpillar to a butterfly is termed as dash. Caterpillar to butterfly development is called dash. And the third one, release of sex hormones is under the control of the hormone secreted by dash. By which gland it is secreted? This hormone is secreted from which gland? Once again question, release of the sex hormones is under the control of the hormone secreted from dash. Thank you. We can meet again. Bye.